Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Buried Stars on Nintendo Switch. Okay, so we've got some prep work to do for our series of endings, our A series of endings. I think we're right here. Okay, so we're going to say unknown support and insanity. Koi Hook has come back, presumably from killing Haesung. Okay, so we are going to choose right because we're going to support Yuna. We know she's going to get upset. And a couple things on Phater. Pick up some keywords. And of course we found out that he really wasn't the bully, he was just being bullied by somebody that was from a richer, more powerful family. Which it does a lot of explaining for his motivations and why he behaves the way he does. Even if you don't necessarily like him as a character, you at least understand him.
서혜성이 또 뭘 질렀다던가.
Okay, and our keywords prediction, which will bring our rapport with Sayula. Okay, so now we're in the scattered portion. Let's go ahead and call Yung.
누나?
걱정돼서 전화한 거야?
안 좋아 보여서요.
제어하려고 애쓰는 중이야. 짐이 되고 싶진 않아.
짐 같은 거 아니에요.
고마운 얘기네. 그치만 나 자신이 그렇게 생각 안 하게 만드는 것도
곧 끝나겠죠. 모든 상황이.
그러길 바랄 뿐이야.
Alright, and we should check Phater. And we're gonna say, I'm worried. And here, we're gonna choose right again and say, you're not my fan. You know how I feel? You're a troll. Basically. The Jungle Penguin is a troll. It's too bad we never find out who he was, right? He or she. That would have been kind of fun. Okay, and these we just picked them all. We have a very limited number of questions that we discussed with Koi Hook. And we're going to pick the right choice. Weren't you upset? Which gives us another keyword. And here, we're going to do right again. Now, we're going to get to a point where we can pick the original ending, you know, the very first ending that we get, if we want to. But of course we're going to avoid that. And we're ready to move on. Okay, at this point in time, it doesn't matter which one you pick. You can pick either one of these. Because we can either say that he was bluffing or that he was worried about the countdown. So we'll just pick this one. Again, it doesn't matter. Alright, now we found, hey son. Alright, so, we're gonna pick the right, or you can let the timer run out too, but the right is the default choice.
정말인 거야?
And here we run into our first communication with plug hole. And again, we're going to investigate everything. We need every single clue.
여기서
Okay, so we need this one, center of the restroom. We need Hasten back of the head, and we're gonna need the mop. Right? Yeah. Alright, and then we're going to need the bloodstained pillar. And then the side of the head. Bloodstained inside. And bloodstained storage. Pretty sure that's what I wrote down. Yeah. Okay, and the toilet and the watch are really the only choices that make any sense. Because the toilet stalls are empty.
언제 한 거?
And we're going to choose the right. We need to go over these details at least once. That satisfies the two girls. Alright, in this case, we're going to go ahead and use our one call to talk to Ina.
괜찮아?
그럴 리가 있겠어? 서로 까는 게 일상이었지만 이건 아니야.
아까만 해도 얘기를 했었는데.
왜 이런 거지? 언제 그런 거지?
모르겠어. 당장은 아무 생각도 안 나.
화장실에 저렇게 처박아 놓은 건 또 왜냐고? 어디 사이코패스라도 하나 숨어든 건가? S승연인가 진짜?
설마 그럴 리가.
설마는 지금 이 상황이 설마지. 설마 이런 일 터질 거라고 누가 생각했어? 믿을 수가 없어.
Okay, save real fast. Let's see, so I think at this point in time, yeah, these are all the choices that we need to get to A route, so we'll make this our third slot. Let's hit Phater. I know at some point in time someone's going to ask me to read all this. So, maybe I'll do one of these where I actually do read all these, but man, this is a lot. And we're going to say, I don't know, assume. Okay, so this will bring our rapport up. I think we ask everything. Yeah, I think we ask about everything with Young at this point in time. This will give us a keyword. Another keyword. I mean, you technically don't have to ask those questions, but the more keywords, the better. Depending on which ending you want. And we're going to say left. When Ina and Seal encounter each other, how are they feeling? Alright, then we got a choice here, so I say it looks like he was regretting, his decision. Then we're gonna say we didn't think there's anything suspicious about the three from coming back. seem totally fine. Yeah, this will give us some rapport. And this will give us some rapport and some sanity. But we want to say we should not believe in such a coincidence. Right, it's not likely SCing just coincidentally knew the facts. Alright, then with Ina... I want to listen to her story, which is 100% true. What her events that she is telling us are there's no lying at all. Thing with Seal. And we'll hit this. Upset, frightened, she was scared. Brings our rapport up. Then this will give us keyword, and this will just make sure that we don't get affected. Alright, so yeah, of course we don't get to have a whole lot of these, because a lot of these words actually bring our rapport down. So we'll just check this one. And then the new keyword, which is this. And then we'll just ask him if he waited for Ina. Alright, so we could continue, but that brings us to some new keywords that we can ask Goyok. Okay, so we want Goyok's trace number 1. And Ina's trace number 1. Because those two facts match up. Let's try to plot out the events. And we're gonna go Ina's trace number 1 again. Then Seal's trace. Young and Goyok. And the order matters here, so you have to do it in this order. As we found out during our second playthrough. It really does matter. And then we need to pick baseline first attack.
혜성이를 해치고 숨어 있다가
Okay, and we will go ahead and make an attempt to contact the rescue team instead of asking somebody else. That gives us the most positive rapport for everyone. And of course, we're talking more and more plug hole. And we'll find out more about Plughole and his sister in some of the other endings. Okay, so we will call Quaihook for this.
워치 열심히 본다 싶더니 전화했네. 계속 보고 있는 거야? 헤이, 마음이 힘들면 너무 많이 보지 않는 게 좋을지도 몰라.
아예 무시할 수도 없지. 사진 올라온 것만 봐도
출처 불명확하잖아.
아무리 봐도 여기야.
그 사진 보고 다시 여길 보니까 새삼 도윤이 너도 조심해야 돼. 고개 너무 숙이고 다니지 마.
내가?
워치 보면서 다니니까 위에도 조심할 것 투성이야. 너까지 다치기라도 하면.
그런 일 안 생기게 조심할게.
그래, 꼭이야.
Alright, we'll check Phater for keywords. I don't know if there's a whole lot of them. I don't think there are. There would be if we were playing the very first time. You know, we'd get those keywords for the photo and everything. But I don't think we have to reply to any Phater posts. This is just information gathering only. Okay, so I'm talking about the hidden passage. The rescue team also said that there's no hidden passage, so we'll agree. You know, we're not on the Abyss ending, so no such thing as a hidden passage. Yeah, we'll get what little rapport we can out of him. We get very, very little in this phase of the game from Seal. And we're gonna say not everything can be taken at face value. Okay. Talk about the hidden passage. At this point in time, she's not sure if the hidden passage is a real thing or not. But we know it isn't. No. And then we'll go, let's think of it that way for now. And then we'll pick the right. Being close doesn't necessarily mean knowing everything. Which again, this is true. Even in real life, that's true. Alright, so we'll get our report up, but we will take a hit on sanity. It's okay, it's worth it here. Alright. Here we want to pick the right. Hard to say if it doesn't exist or not. Again, for Quaihook, he wants to sow some seeds of doubt about the events that occurred and when they occurred. And then we're saying we couldn't resist the flow that helped us make it to the finals. Part of the show. Had to go with what the show said. I say I can see why the others were not happy with that. The other members were clearly out of the attention. Then we have you. Okay, everybody has to talk about the photo. I guess the only one who took the photo can see it, which is what we believe at this point in time. Before we talk a lot to Plughole. But Young is the most tech savvy of everyone, so she knows way more about photos and uploads and metadata than anybody else. That occurred around 2 a.m., but we're saying not necessarily. It could have occurred earlier. We just discovered it at 2 a.m. And we're going to sympathize with her, since he was labeled as a betrayer. Brings our report up. And same thing here. Okay, we're ready to move on. I better save just in case. At this point, everybody trusts us 100%. Our rapport is really good with everyone. Okay, and we're going to say that S.C. Young actually can't be in the building. And the metadata, it all being kind of a coincidence. And there are no additional exits, so no possibility of hidden passages anywhere that we know of in this ending. Okay, and again, the only thing that could really get us tied him into a corner would be the metadata from the photo. And there we see that he did provide the metadata, but we also know that that metadata exists in the cloud account. All right. Now we're gonna pick stage. Photos taken definitely at the stage. And then I'm going to pick this first one, the reason for the collapse. And then it's Mason's watch is the only one with the working camera. And then we are going to go check that watch. Alright, then we'll share with him the information. Because Plughole needs the information to check the cloud account. And again, we're saying SCU must have his... he must be able to find that metadata. And how can he get that? Well, there is a backup that goes right to the cloud.
이렇게 사진을
Okay, so we'll call Yidong in this case, because she'll have the most interesting conversation.
좀 어때요?
페이터 보고 있었어. S승엔 말이야. 예고였는지 아무 말이나 하던 게 적중한 건지.
멋대로 얘기했다가 맞은 거면
그런 기색은 없는 것 같네.
글만 봐서는 알 수 없기도 하고요.
그러네. 화면 뒤에선 어쩌고 있을지 모르지.
대체 누굴까요? S승연.
다들 궁금할 거야. 당사자만 빼고.
Okay, and we'll check Phater for keywords. Found out that they're using a proxy, or the staff member with the grudge is using a proxy. And the staff was a bit lazy in this matter, so the right choice.
도윤아,
With her hand on the side of her head, Young asked Duyun.
여기 올 때 몇 위가 목표였어?
거기까진 못 정했었어요. 생방 갈 거라고는 생각도 못 했고요.
거기다 혼자 올라왔지.
Oh, yeah, I think we covered this one in the last ending. Again, doing that just for rapport. We don't get keywords. For an IP.
Yeah.
We're going to agree with her. That must be a somebody who regularly tries to cover themselves up. Regular user. And then we need the keyword, but we don't want to lose any rapport.
S 승연이 한 장학금 얘기.
Again, we covered this a lot with the Purgatory for Betrayers ending.
장학금 얘기 내가 너무 처지게 했지? 미안해. 복잡한 상황에서.
아니야, 형. 그런 말 할 것 없어. 페이터에서 저렇게 떠들 만한 일 아니야.
Dean paused.
근데 어머니께선 그 난리 겪을 때 아무 말씀도 없으셨어?
Moyok raised his head after a brief silence.
나나 어머니나 같은 처지였어. 선생님께 묻힌 채로 버티면서 사는.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, we covered this one. You really need to cover this one anyway for Purgatory for Betrayer Sending. Get some rapport out of this. Oh, this one. Picked the wrong one. Although there's no consequence with the other one. We're going to say... Is it reasonable to say S.C. Young did it? Probably not. Right. And, we talked to a lot in this one. And take the left. That was so absurd. And then info, get a keyword out of this. Yearbook photo. Then alumni testimony. And we're gonna pick left. We had a good life and did what we wanted, right? Foreign IP. I'm not sure how much Ina knows about technology. I think she has like average awareness. Get a keyword out of that. And she wants forgot her password and say, yeah, possible to forget it with everything going on. And we get some rapport down, but we also get a good number of keywords. Same thing here. A little more sanity out of this one. Steph was treated by singing like her tools, and we're going to ask them, how did you feel about it? And same here. All that information, unlike to be the agencies that dug it up for all the background checks. Okay, that being said, we have some additional questions that comes up. And it's about Ina Stalker. Gotta remember that stuff. And our grudge keyword, which will say, sorry about making you uncomfortable. and then the level of information that they were gathering about all their paths. Say it's nothing more than rumors, no matter how likely it sounds. Right. Back to Ina. Assumptions about the hacker. I say something is definitely off about the hacker for sure. And then we're going to say left. Info on the contestants was shared with scriptwriters. What extent is the issue? Not sure if the quality of information would match that revealed by SEU. And that's it. We're at a point where we can move on. Right, and we're at max rapport with everyone, which is why, even though we had
이
rapport
얘기를
changes,
정리해봐야겠어.
everybody's already at max. So we're still gaining rapport in the background, but it's maxed out. And here, all the evidence points to SC Young being a one of the ex-staff, or current staff. We're not sure which at this point. Then we need a contestant watch, contestant rumors, and contestant grudge. We'll need stalker method, stalker hacker, and grudge again. And again, the order matters, unfortunately. I think really from now on, the order actually matters for most of the questions. And again, all this information about SU points to somebody who was a member of the Buried Star staff. CEO doesn't like it because he's a staff member, but we're not blaming him. We're blaming somebody outside of him. And we're going to say, yeah, he seems to be an impulsive troll. And he did mention that seeing death before she was actually dead. So when he said "left me to die," it was regarding her her fame and not her actual life. Okay, again. Here, I don't know if it matters about the order, but we do need to pick all of these regardless. And then about the specific time. Okay, let's call Ina on this one. Our one call.
한도윤, 너도 플러그홀 밀어?
갑자기 무슨 소리야?
플러그홀. 페이터에서 S 승연 물어뜯고 있잖아. 저쪽 말투도 영 더러운 게 독이 독을 잡는 느낌이야.
그건 그렇지.
S 승연이 나가 떨어지든가 자기 말만큼 대단한 놈이 아니면 그때는 진짜 어떻게 되는 거지? S 승연이 있는 것만으로도 너무 불안하긴 하지. 그치만 S 승연이 박살나서 없어져 버리면 대체 누구 짓인 거냐고.
Alright, and we still need to check Phater for words. But thankfully, we don't have to worry about it. I think it's the one time in the entire game where we don't need additional keywords from Phater. We get a keyword out of that, which gives us another keyword. Again, we're just going to say, yeah, it was a normal conversation, nothing suspicious. Building up rapport even though we're maxed, but that's okay. Okay, Phater. And our time frame. I'm going to pick the right. You all paid attention near the end of preliminaries. Both contestants and viewers were mad. And then staged conflicts. And I would say, yeah, he was also partially responsible. And the big thing, the profile accident, which helps us figure out that it was the young staff member that is SCU. And we're going to ask if we calmed him down. Wait a minute. Oh, we're supposed to pick right on that one. No, well, that's okay. Okay. Get a keyword out of that. We still get the keyword regardless. And his rapport is already at max, so it's okay if you miss one or two of these things.
말하자면
And we couldn't help him getting all the blame for the account manager. Get a nice keyword for that. We'll say it shouldn't have happened. The B-Stars account manager. And this will give us a keyword. This one too. This one as well, and we're going to say he definitely doesn't hate Ina. He is a big time fan. And we're going to say, right, he couldn't have known about the bullying. Or we couldn't have known as a contestant about bullying. Talk about the young staff member. And then our one keyword, chores. And yeah, we're going to guess that someone was covering up for all of Hastings' past and his bad behavior. Alright, now we have some new words. We can go back and talk to our other cast members. Again, strictly for keywords. Leaks. And so left. We learned our lessons. Phater usage. Staff member, get a keyword from. News, yeah, part-time staff, and then the chores. The account manager was a beloved fan. And all of the Phater usage between Hyesung and the account manager. And this is he knew nothing else. He knew nothing else to do. I think that's it for him. We're going to talk about leaks.
그 말은
I want to say the story behind Below's debut concept was leaked to the public. And then deserters. Which is also right before the finals. It's when the staff member was fired, and that is when SU was created. Alright, we're ready to move on. Okay, so we need spread, and again, has to be in order. Utter blame, and is it working period 1 or 2? Oh, I didn't write it down. Okay, let's say 1. Hopefully I didn't screw it up. Ah, good. Okay, so we got the wrong account. Lopsided like for Ina. Complaints. Working period 2. And replacement. And we're going to use ourselves, you know, right? We're going to use our own rumor. It's not good to use other people's rumors, so we'll have ourselves be the guinea pig. Okay, so if we do the left, then it's not exciting, so we'll do the right. It's a little bit more exciting on Phater if we just let Plughole do what he wants. I like that choice better too. I don't like it where SEOing's just taken out kind of behind the scenes from the company. Probably what most of us would do is expose him on Phater, as opposed to letting the company try to close his account. And then I was the one who mentioned the timing. And again, we're going to agree to Bohook's suggestion. Go over the timeline. Okay, so unit trace number 1, we want that one. Seals trace, and E-trace number 2. Those are the ones at this point in time who we think have access to Hisung after his death. And we'll ask Yu Young and Guayhook to put together the pieces. That's the only choice that everybody's happy with. Okay, we'll get our one call, but we'll call Ina.
어떻게 날 물고 늘어지냐? 진짜 황당한 거 알지?
미안해. 내 얘기 때문에.
내가 제일 싫어하는 게 그딴 범죄랑 엮이는 거야.
그럼 내가
됐어. 두루뭉실 넘어가긴 짜증나니까 홀딱 뒤집어서 털어보라고. 말 못하는 거 빼고 다 말해줄 테니까. 한도윤. 진짜 날 딱 짚으려고 한 건 아니지?
아니야. 정말로.
알겠어.
Alright, let's check Phater. And then we asked most of these questions, but that's okay. Our rapport goes down, but we need those keywords. Alright, misperception. I apologize for confusing her. Wasn't our intention. Yeah, just to say normal conversation. I'm gonna ask her if anything's weird about CU. I mean, there are a couple things weird about him. And safety's the most important thing. And we're gonna agree. If we don't, then we lose some rapport.
모르겠어요.
Oh, I guess I didn't need to do that one, but that's okay. Pick the right one. Time slot matching. Pick the left. We're afraid that Ina might be affected by Hisung's threat. Again, our report drops, but we need the keyword. It's maxed out anyway, so we can't at this point in time, even if we answered everything wrong, we couldn't hurt our rapport with Ciela anyway. So you could just ask every single question if you wanted to. He's asking if you think Ina looked a little troubled or a little worried. And yeah, that's why he ran off. Also because he knew what her secret was. Alright, now that we've talked to him, we can talk about transfer with Ina as well. That's right, he didn't really drop out of the show, but that was his only chance at a better life, was the show. That's why he could not give it up. Alright, we're ready to move on. Continued anxiety, biggest target, and reason for silence. Again, those have to be in order. Even though he doesn't answer them in order. That I do notice that the game does this randomly. It doesn't answer everything in the same order every single time. Kind of a weird way to do it. Oh god, detection, fraud, and care. Then we found out that he was a XP Stars contestant. We're going to just ask him directly. No, we see that he's stalking Ina. Although he's stalking her for information, so they can dig up dirt for the show. We're going to try to diffuse the tension. Even though Seal is definitely suspicious. Makes Ina mad, but that's okay. And here we'll use our call on Yoon.
어떻게 보세요?
성급한 판단은 보류야. 물어보는 거엔 대답해도 확신을 가지진 않을래. 이 바닥 뒤통수 치는 일 다반사지. 그치만 추측하고 사실은 구분해야지.
역시 무리한 추측이라고 생각하세요?
모르겠어. 지금은 머릿속이 복잡할 뿐이야. 페이터를 괜히 본 것 같아.
Again, the phone calls only really matter if you want achievements, if you're playing on the PlayStation 4. We're playing on the Switch, so there's no achievements, so it doesn't really matter unless you just want the extra, items checked into your collection. But on this platform, it doesn't matter. It's just more information. Kind of gives the mood, establishes the mood between the characters a little bit better as well. Alright, we're actually going to get keywords for once. We've had 2 Phater sessions with no keywords. I know, everybody's talking shit about Seal. I know, he kind of brought it on himself, though. It's really hard to feel sorry for Seal at this point in time. Although he was just doing his job. He did what he had to survive. He just went a little overboard, that's all. But that was his way of keeping the show alive. Okay, we need to go. He meddled with her far too much. He did. He was trying to prove to Yu Young that he could be a great producer. And Ina's the person that he picked to make better.
내 옛날 이름 나기도 전에 지은 거랬어.
Oh, that's right. So they were expecting a boy. I'm gonna say, yeah, something's definitely not right. this one we pick left. Brings our sanity down, but we get a keyword. Go for... we pick right, then we won't have to worry about our sanity. Ah, that's right. Very critical of people who weren't even in the show anymore. Maybe he wanted to work on that contestant, but they just screwed it up, and so he had to redo his plan on which contestant he wanted to try to build up. And yeah, I'm definitely on her side. Yeah, then why did they assign Teal to do all the investigation? And yeah, unreasonable expectations. Seeing his verbal abuse. Yeah, I didn't expect she would go that far. Abuse him in public. My sanity goes down, but his rapport goes up, and we get a keyword.
그게
And here we'll say, you're kind of more like telling her. That's really the truth. But we get the monitoring keyword. And yeah, why didn't he tell us that he used to be a contestant? He didn't think it was important. Plus it was an embarrassing part of his life.
결
And yeah, seems like it's true.
아,
Then we're gonna guess that Sung asked them to follow everybody and gather information, since they were having problems with the agencies, the detective agencies. Then past laundering. Okay, we're getting pretty close to all the prep work. I know it's running a little long, but I sort of want to end this and make a save where we can make a split decision on which ending we want for the A route. And I'm really not sure how I'm going to cover all the endings. You know, when we did cover the true ending that we worked on previously, I did have somebody complain about showing the true ending. So that's why it's in private right now. I don't know if I care enough about one person, but at the same time, it is sort of what the developers wanted, is to never show the true ending. At the same time, you know, I think at this point in time, if you're not getting this game, you're probably never going to get it. Although, again, I would suggest that people buy this game. It's well worth your time and money, and it supports the developer and allows the developer to make another game. But I also don't believe that that the spoiler reveals prevent sales. I think if you're only watching this for the spoiler reveal, I don't think you care whether or not you buy the game or not. Alright, so we're going to look at monitoring. Honestly, the only thing that prevents people from buying games is money. I mean, if we had money to buy everything, then we would just buy everything. You know, there's no valiance in pirating anything. You know, it's just a matter of economics. And games have to have a certain price tag attached to them. We're gonna pick interference. You know, people need to get paid, and if we want people to get paid well, the product's going to be expensive. I'm gonna look for an interview on this one. And then early recognition. Go past history. And then insulting the dropouts. Never should have done that. It ruins his, you know, his rapport, but that's okay. We were already at max anyway. Yeah, Ina gets him to drop his bag. Then Theo runs off into the dressing room. Again, even with all those negative answers, the rapport is still fully trusted. So, yeah, you can mess it quite a bit.
데려오자.
Yeah, this is all the stuff that he gathered for his evidence. Not necessarily for the show, but in order to prove to Sung-young that he could be a great producer, even though she felt that he couldn't be. And we're going to pick this one. Talk with one another. I mean, we're going to talk to each other anyway, so you might as well just pick that choice. Okay, we'll use our one phone call with Ina.
믿을 수가 없어.
수상한 티 다 내고서 튀면 단가? 내가 범인임네 하는 수준 아니야. 좋게 봐서 범인 아니래도 최소 스토커 같은데?
출연자 조사한 내용도 보통이 아니야. 확실한 얘기를 들어봐야겠어.
당연하지. 끄집어내야지. 패서라도 얘기를 들어야지. 그딴 편지 같은 걸 스텝이 보냈다고 누가 생각하겠어? 출연자 쫓아다니면서 흥신소짓할 줄 상상이나 했냐고. 난 그것도 모르고.
Okay, we gotta look for keywords. Oh, there might not be any. I think this is like only the third time we get nothing from Phater. Again, this is really just for keywords, and we absolutely need them. But thankfully, they don't drop our rapport. Then we need the information on the tablet, because she could tell that the tablet's been broken for a long time because of the battery. And we say, yeah, makes me angry that the photo was taken, and he wasn't sure if they had a relationship or not.
끝. 어땠을 것 같아?
Yeah, I've talked about this story before. Very much a real thing that happens to these pop stars in the world. Still happens to this day. This is like it's like a story that doesn't really ever change. old business card. Definitely were concerned about his change in attitude, you know, when the shit really hit the fan. Committee notice. Photo with me and Ina. Again, just keywords.
사실은 아직 말하지 않은 게 있어.
세일이에 대해서?
아니,
Ah, that's right. This is a big reveal for him. This is the reason why he. That's the reason why he could have killed Sinyoung. And I think this is a little cynical. And I need this one. And I need this one. PI report. And I'm going to say... I must have been afraid of the backlash. Yeah, it's weird he had a ticket for our concert. And Ina still thinks the tablet works, but we know that the tablet does not work. Although why he was keeping it is weird. It's weird.
알고도 죄 짓는 확신범은 난 누구보다도 그걸 잘 알아.
Ina bit her apart until it turned pale.
그 사람이 알려준 유일한 교훈이야.
그 사람이라면
알면서 그래? 우리 엄마 전 남편 유인철 수감자.
Did we do this one? I think we did.
사기를 얼마나 쳤는지 그 사람 잠수 탄 동안 동네 사람 다 쳐들어오더라. 머리채 잡힐 때는 코빼기도 안 보이다.
Ah, that's right, we did. I remember the story.
어?
And we must have lured Hissing with something. That's right, yeah. Left choice in that one. Then get some report from the talking about her memo. And we get a keyword. And a new keyword which we'll use right away. No, he didn't do that just to us. Or just to her. He was stalking everyone. Let's see. That's the new one. Another keyword. And then... I thought I had another one, didn't I? Yeah, talk to Kawaii Hope. That would contain something he wanted to hide, that's for sure. False charge. I'm gonna say... It's reasonable to say that it was Seal in the photos. And it definitely was. Ah, that's right, I need this one.
잠깐.
Did Seal know what hissing was going to say? Yes. He definitely knew. Now we can use this one. Background checks by B-Stars, I think. Is that what I want? Yeah. That way we can get our... We can get one of our keywords. And just because we can, it'll give us some rapport. Okay, so this is the point where we need to make a save. And we'll stop there. So at this point in time, we can branch out into one of the 3 endings on the A route. I think tomorrow I'll cover the other 2 endings on the A route, and then the next day we'll do all of the B route. So again, I'll probably have the endings up for just a little bit, but then I'll have to put them in private after that. So you'll have a chance to view them for a day or 2. But not much longer than that. How I'm going to handle that in the long run, I'm not really sure. But I would like people to at least be able to see the results of the work, and hopefully you own the game, and it's just merely a matter of curiosity than anything. But yeah, we'll stop it right there. This is audap. You've been watching Buried Stars on Nintendo Switch. Again, I highly suggest people pick this up for themselves. It's a really great visual novel. It's worth your time. It's got obviously a ton of gameplay. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream. Make sure I saved.